The first time she said it, I thought she was joking. "I'm pregnant, Alex," she whispered, eyes glassy but sharp, like she'd rehearsed the words. "You need to step up. You're going to be a father." I froze, the half-empty coffee mug trembling in my hand. The kitchen light flickered, buzzing faintly, slicing through the heavy silence. Her voice didn't waver, but her hands, those hands I once traced every morning, fidgeted with the hem of her oversized sweater. We'd broken up 3 months ago. 3 months of silence, after I walked in on her phone lighting up with, "Can't wait to see you again, baby." I didn't ask who it was. I didn't need to. The tone, the emojis, the secret smile she'd been hiding for weeks. Everything connected like a jigsaw puzzle of betrayal. So now, hearing her claim she was pregnant with my child felt like someone had reached inside my chest and twisted every organ just enough to hurt but not enough to kill. "Pregnant?" I echoed, setting the mug down too hard. Coffee splashed across the counter. "That's impossible. We haven't even." Her eyes flicked up, sharp and defensive. "We were together in June." I blinked. "It's October, Mia." The silence that followed was suffocating. She looked away first, eyes darting toward the window. Rain tapped lightly against the glass, a nervous rhythm that matched my pulse. "You're saying I'm lying," she said finally, voice trembling with a fragile kind of anger. "I'm saying the math doesn't work," I said. Her lips parted as if she'd speak, but no sound came out. She pressed her palm to her belly like a shield. "You're just like every other man. Deny, run, disappear. I thought you were better than that." That sentence hit harder than I expected. Because once I was better than that. I loved her with a quiet devotion that felt unshakable. I defended her when friends said she was manipulative, when my sister called her secretive. But after I found those messages, after I saw her walking out of that restaurant with another man's jacket on her shoulders, it was like the world split into 2 versions of truth. One she spoke and one I could no longer unsee. And now this. I leaned against the counter, trying to steady my breathing. "Mia, I'll do the right thing if the child is mine. But you need to be honest with me. Whose is it?" Her expression hardened. "You think I'm some kind of—" She stopped herself, shaking her head. "You know what? I'm done. My lawyer will be in touch." And just like that she walked out. No tears. No plea. Just cold calculation cloaked in righteousness. The weeks that followed blurred together. Every night I stared at my phone, expecting another message. Something. Anything. But all I got was a letter. Certified mail. Her name printed cleanly across the top. Notice of child support filing. I read it 3 times before my knees gave out. I should have been angry. I should have called her immediately, shouted, demanded answers. But instead I sat on the floor, paper trembling in my hands, thinking about how much of my life had been built on lies dressed as love. When we first met, she told me she was healing from a bad breakup. She said I made her feel safe again. I believed her. I wanted to believe that love could fix the cracks someone else left behind. But love doesn't fix liars. It only teaches them how to lie more beautifully. 2 months later I saw him. The man. The one from the restaurant. I was walking out of a grocery store when he nearly bumped into me. He was holding a stroller, blue blanket tucked neatly around a sleeping infant. Our eyes met for a fraction of a second, but that second was enough. He froze. His jaw tightened. Then he turned away, muttering something to the woman beside him, Mia. She saw me, and her face went pale. She tried to turn, but I stepped forward, my voice low, trembling with disbelief. "That's him, isn't it?" Her lips parted, but no sound came. The man's hand gripped the stroller tighter. "Let's go," he said, his tone sharp and protective. But I couldn't stop staring at the baby. Not because of him, but because of me. The child's eyes were dark brown. Both Mia and I had green eyes. "Is that your son?" I asked quietly. She swallowed, her throat bobbing. "Alex, please. Not here." The man turned, his voice firm. "It's not your concern, man." And in that instant everything clicked. The lies, the timing, the lawsuit, all of it. The child wasn't mine. He never was. She used me. I stepped back, my body cold, numb, shaking from the inside. "You filed a claim for a baby that isn't even mine?" Her eyes filled with tears, not guilt but fear. "You weren't supposed to see us." "He doesn't know." "You mean he doesn't know you tried to make me pay for his child?" The man turned sharply. What? She froze, color draining from her face. No, I didn't mean. But it was too late. The look on his face was pure betrayal. A mirror of mine from months before. He turned to her, his voice barely a whisper. You told me he left you pregnant. And for the first time she looked small, fragile, desperate, cornered by her own lies. Please let me explain, she begged, but neither of us spoke. The sound of the rain filled the silence again. Same rhythm. Same cold truth. Later my phone buzzed. Unknown number. It was him. She confessed. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. I guess she played both of us. I stared at the message for a long time, a hollow laugh escaping my throat. I didn't reply. There was nothing left to say. I deleted her number that night. Not out of anger but closure. Because sometimes justice doesn't come in court filings or DNA tests. It comes when the truth finally destroys the mask someone hides behind. And for the first time in months I slept without seeing her face. Not because I'd forgiven her, but because I finally remembered what peace feels like.